Hello, hello. Welcome to Well Dressed Weekly Show. My name is Afton, and I am your fashion stylist and image consultant, also a life coach. So, welcome. I go live every Tuesday here, and I am glad. Thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about ways that we can just feel more confident and more like slimming kind of silhouettes and different style tips I can give you to help you achieve that. This is no way implying that you need to look more slim or that looks better. I just have so many clients that come to me that ask me, hey, Afton, how can I kind of like minimize this area? Or Afton, I want to, create with different designs and line and color, kind of reshape what I've got going on. And so that is what this is all about. I want to make sure that that's what you are getting from this. Different tips on how we can just have some outfits that look more slimming. If you are here, please let me know that you're watching and who you are and where you're watching from. I'd love to know you are here. So I'm going to be sharing some different style tips quickly to help you with that. Now, number one is I'm going to kind of incorporate some of the trends going on and how you can use those to create a slimming, trending outfit for this spring. One thing we've talked about is like our shoulders. There's lots of styles going on where there's a lot of structure. This does not have a lot of structure, but this does have a lot going on. There's a lot of poofy sleeves going on trend. I brought a shirt here. Just wanted to show you. So this is one that I got on Amazon. They have it in different colors, but it just has like lots of different poofy things going on, totally on trend. And guess what? That is going to help you look more slim or kind of slim you down. Okay. If you have wide shoulders, don't incorporate this technique. If you feel like your shoulders are wider than your hips, or that it's just like you've got extra broad shoulders for your body frame. If you have regular size, like if you feel like your shoulders are about the same width as your hips, then you could do something more like, just kind of soft, a little bit of a poof, as like in the shirt that I just showed you. The ones that have very narrow shoulders, but wider hips, you're going to want the more villain type where there's like more structure. I kid you not, they kind of come out a little bit and they're actually really cute. Definitely more dressy. This is not like your wear at home to work at home kind of a shirt, but they're super, super cute, you guys. I've seen them for like a couple years, like those from that aren't from the US. They've been slowly coming, even with all the internet and everything. It's still kind of trickling in and making its way into the US fashion industry, where we didn't see a whole lot of that before. So why is that helpful? Because if you have your shoulders bigger and your hips bigger around this, but you want to make that about the same size, you've just now created an hourglass with your body. So now you have like your smaller your waist, right? And a lot of people who might gain weight in their hip, they still have a tiny waist for you. You're going to create more of that. You're going to have that hourglass look where you have some shape, and it's going to be well balanced. Okay. So go with the puffy sleeves, go with some structure on your shoulders, and jackets too with some shoulder pads. You guys, those are on trend. You want to do the jackets with, okay, so number one was the poofy sleeves. Number two, jackets, okay, with add some shoulder pads there. But your jacket is going to go lower than the widest part of your hip. Okay, for spring, these are perfect, especially if you still have some, cooler mornings or cooler days. Unlike Arizona, if you're still having those colder kind of, spring mornings and days, having a cute, trendy jacket is going to be perfect. Get a little sleeve on there, have the longest part go lower than your fullest area in your hip, and you're good to go. It's going to look fantastic. So number 3 is just using any layering piece. So you could use a jacket. You can use any type of a layering piece, like to go longer, okay? And you're going to create that column look that we talk about, okay? So maybe you're one that you feel like, Afton, I have the hips, but I don't have that itty bitty waist or itty bitty tummy. You might feel like you have a little bit of a tummy and your waist is not, smaller than your hips. So for you, that's where the layering piece is going to be wonderful. And you just kind of you're going to wear your jeans to the smallest area of your waist, or your smallest area here. So of course, maybe not all the way up here, but go as high as you need to find the smaller area. And then and then you could just keep bringing it up past the fullest part of your belly. You won't want your jeans to end like right at that fullest part, but there are some styling tricks if you have to, if that's where the jeans hit you and you can't, find a pair that's higher. But if you can go up over, that's perfect. Then you can wear a shirt over it that's not clingy. And then you could also bring your, those Empire waist type shirts are perfect. Those wrap type shirts are perfect. So that leaves us to number 4, where V-neck. So anything with a V-neck, you guys, is just more slimming, especially for those. This is looking cockeyed and it's backwards in the camera. But like if you have a wider shoulder, you guys, or, a larger chest, V-neck is going to soften all of that up. If you don't, so notice the shirt doesn't have a V-neck. This is actually, it has a V here, but I'm creating a V with this. Like I could bring it up and tie a bow with it or whatever I want, but by having it hang here, it's now also created that V and adds to that. And that is also more slimming, and it just kind of breaks this up a little bit. And let's say your shirt is a crew neck. By adding a longer necklace, maybe with a pendant or just some chains with little, gold pendants on them, that too is going to create that V-neck and give you that same type of look. So that's another style tip. And then we talked about bringing your waistline up past the fullest area that you have. We talked about the V-necks. We talked about the sleeves, trying to balance those out. We talked about, a layering piece. And then you could do a monochrome look on the inside, whether it's black, gray, white. You probably heard me say that white monochrome outfits are on trend this spring. You will be seeing a lot of that, especially with the pop of blue for whatever reason. That's what they've decided to pair that with. So I had a question this week about how, how the denim styles have changed this year. Finally, right? We had a change up with our denim where, they are not skinny jeans. It's more of a straight leg or a flare or a bell are the ones that are trending right now for this year. It's actually just, it's just picking up steam. I think in the next year, we're going to see a lot more, and we're going to be letting go of some of those. You still wear your skinny jeans, but they're not going to be like what you wear every day or like you might be now. But so she asked me, she's afraid. She feels like she gains weight in her hip, but then she feels like the bell bottom was heavy on the bottom. And the key to that is to make sure you want to keep your bell about the length. Don't go any bigger than your hips. And then also you can play with some of these shoulder areas, so you won't be bottom heavy. If you feel like you're bottom heavy with your hips and then you add the bell bottoms to it or the flare, then just make sure you're adding something up here. Also want to make sure that you maybe have a statement necklace, something that's going to draw your eye up to your face, because that's my number one goal with my clients that I'm styling is I want when people see my lady walk in that they automatically look right at her. They're not looking at the color of their dress. They're not looking at a dress. They're looking at her. They see her first, and then they notice how she is, has this effortless style and looks great and just looks amazing. And they're not really sure why. They just know when they look at her, she looks awesome. That is what my goal is. And so when you walk into the room, I want that same thing for you. I want them to see you. And one of the ways also, and it's also, I would consider this a slimming tip, is to put things on you that are like, bring attention to this area with earrings, with jewelry, with a statement necklace, with a bright colored top. If you feel like you're bottom heavy, just keep that more simple, even if you want to put a little bit of a flare or a boyfriend cut jean on, and then wear your colors, wear your patterns, wear all that up here. And that's just going to automatically draw your eye to your face where you want people looking at you. So I'm going to look really quick to see. I haven't been checking the comments. Do we have any comments here? I did not mean to do that. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here, Helen. Thank you for watching. Or good morning to you. Good evening to everybody on this side of the world. But those are some slimming style tips. Let me know if you have any questions about those. I'd be happy to add to those and answer your questions. So anytime you respond to my emails that I send, I post something and then I'll answer your questions. So that's it. I hope you guys have a lovely evening. We'll see you back here next Tuesday, same place, but the time is going to be different because there is a time change. It's going to be the same time for me, but it might be different for you. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's what time we're going to be moving to starting next week with the time zone. So it's going to be an hour later. Anyway, have a good night. We'll talk to you ladies later.